Chosen one, do not scroll. Stop your thumb. Right there. That pull you just felt in your chest, that little hesitation that made you pause on this video when you have passed 1,000 others today, that was not curiosity. That was recognition. Something inside you already knew, because you have been dreaming. You have been dreaming, and you have been waking up at strange hours, and you have been lying there in the dark with your heart beating and a picture still burning behind your eyes, and you have been telling yourself it was nothing, random, leftovers from the day, too much on your mind, too much screen time, too much stress. Chosen one, hear me now and hear me clearly. It was not nothing. I have been speaking to you at night because you would not sit still long enough to hear me in the day. That is the truth this entire video exists to deliver. Your dreams, the recurring ones, the vivid ones, the ones that will not let you go, the ones you have never told a single soul about because you were afraid they would look at you differently, those are not noise. They are mail, sealed, addressed, hand-delivered mail, and most of it is still sitting unopened. Tonight that ends. By the time this message is finished, you will know how to tell the difference between a dream that came from your own tired mind and a dream that came from the throne. You will know what the water means. You will know what the falling means. You will know why the same house keeps showing up. You will know why the one you buried keeps coming back to sit at the edge of your bed. And you will know exactly what to do the moment your eyes open tomorrow morning, because there is a specific instruction coming for tonight, and if you miss it, you will keep dreaming and keep forgetting, and the message will simply have to be sent again. Louder, harder, more expensive. But before I open the first seal on this, do something for me. Comment 777 below, not as a trend, not as a habit. Comment 777 because 7 is the number of completion and divine perfection, and I am telling you that a cycle in your life is being completed, sealed, and finished 3 times over, in your spirit, in your circumstances, and in your bloodline. When you type those 3 numbers, you are not decorating a comment section. You are agreeing. You are saying, I hear it, I receive it, I will not sleep through it again. And agreement is the door I walk through. Type it now. Then stay with me, because what comes next is not for everyone scrolling tonight. It is for you. Let me tell you why you found this. You did not find this. This found you. There were millions of videos in the ocean you were swimming through tonight, and this one surfaced in front of you at the exact second you were most likely to stop. Think about the timing. Think about the hour. Think about the mood you were in 3 minutes ago. Think about the question you have been carrying around in your chest for weeks that you have not even been able to put into words. This is the answer arriving before you finished asking. That is how I work with the ones I have marked. I answer early. I answer in symbols. I answer while you sleep, because sleep is the only time your defenses come down. You are a light sleeper for a reason. You are a heavy dreamer for a reason. You are the one who wakes up at 3 in the morning for a reason. Let me establish something so you know I am not inventing a doctrine to keep you watching. There is a verse in Job that most people read straight past. God speaks once, yes, twice, yet man perceives it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon men, in slumberings upon the bed, then he opens the ears of men and seals their instruction. Read that again in your spirit. God speaks once, then twice, and man perceives it not. Which means the failure was never in the sending, the failure was in the receiving. Heaven has not been silent, heaven has been ignored. And notice what it says he does. He opens the ears and he seals the instruction. Seals it. Meaning he puts it inside you where it cannot be stolen, and it waits there until something breaks the seal. Sometimes the thing that breaks the seal is a sermon. Sometimes it is a stranger's sentence. Sometimes it is a video that shows up at midnight when you are lying in the dark and cannot sleep. Tonight, I am breaking a seal. Numbers chapter 12. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. That is not poetry. That is a delivery method. That is God stating, in plain language, his preferred channel for speaking to those who carry a prophetic assignment. And chosen one, if you have spent your whole life dreaming in detail while everyone around you says they never remember a thing, you are not strange. You are equipped. That is a spiritual sense organ, and yours has been open since you were a child. You remember, don't you? You remember being small and seeing things at night that you could not explain to your parents. You remember the dream you had before something happened, and the way your stomach dropped when it happened exactly as you saw it. You remember telling someone once, and the look on their face, and you decided, quietly, never again. That decision cost you years. We are undoing it tonight. Joel chapter 2. And it shall come to pass afterward, that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. Peter quoted that on the day of Pentecost and said, this is that. Not someday, this is that. You are living inside the pouring out. Which means the dreams are not a leftover from an ancient world. They are the promised signature of the age you are standing in right now. So let me say it in the simplest words I have. The dreams increased because the outpouring increased. And the outpouring increased because it is time. Time for what? That is the thing I am not going to tell you yet, because you are not ready to hear the size of it. First, you have to learn to read. A man who cannot read cannot be trusted with a letter that changes his life. He will fold it up and use it for kindling. So we begin with the alphabet. And I promise you, before this is over, I will tell you exactly what season you have entered and what the recurring dream has been trying to warn you about. Stay with me for that. Do not leave before that. Now, before we go into the symbols, do the small thing that keeps this door open. Hit the like button and subscribe if you have not. Not because I need it, because the algorithm is a river, and every like is a stone that redirects it toward another person who is lying awake tonight, terrified of a dream they had, convinced they are losing their mind, with nobody in their life who can tell them what it means. You have been that person. Someone is that person right now. Be the stone in the river for them. Turn on the notification bell too, because there is a specific reason you will want to be notified, and I will explain that reason at the very end. Do not forget to come back for it. Now let us open your eyes. Understand first that there are 3 rivers that feed a dream, and a wise person learns to taste the water before they drink it. The first river is you, your own soul, your mind processing the day, your body processing what you ate, your nervous system unwinding the tension you refused to release while you were awake. Solomon called it plainly, a dream comes through the multitude of business. That is the ordinary river. It is not evil, it is not holy, it is housekeeping, and most nights that is what you are getting. The second river is the enemy. Yes, I will say it plainly, because you have felt it. There are dreams designed to plant fear, to plant lust, to plant hopelessness, to make you wake up already defeated at 6 in the morning. You can identify them by their fruit. They leave you heavy. They leave you afraid to move. They leave you suspicious of people who have done nothing to you. They accuse. They condemn. They never give instruction, only dread. Chosen one, those dreams are not prophecy. Those are attempts. And they are aimed at you specifically because of what you are carrying. Nobody bombs an empty field. The third river is me, and here is how you will know my river. My dreams instruct. Even when they warn, they instruct. Even when they are heavy, there is a door in them. Even when you wake up shaken, there is a strange, clean feeling underneath the shaking, like standing outside after a storm has passed. My dreams stay. Weeks later, you can still see the color of the sky in it. My dreams repeat, patiently, because I am not in a hurry and I do not give up. And my dreams agree with my written word, always, without exception. If a dream tells you to do something that contradicts what is already written, that dream did not come from me, and you may throw it out without guilt. Write that down. Peace, instruction, permanence, repetition, agreement with Scripture. 5 tests. That is your filter. Now, the language. I speak in pictures because pictures survive translation. A sentence can be forgotten by breakfast. An image burns. And I have used images with my people since the beginning, because a symbol carries more information in 1 second than a paragraph can carry in a minute. Water. Water is one of the most frequent messengers I send, and almost nobody reads it correctly. Water in a dream is spirit, and the state of the water tells you the state of the spiritual current in your life. Clear water, moving water, water you can see the bottom of, that is refreshing, cleansing, the spirit moving freely, a season of renewal approaching. Still, water is rest and provision, the shepherd leading beside quiet waters. But muddy water, water you cannot see through, water that is rising in a house, that is confusion entering your environment, that is someone stirring up the sediment. That is a warning that the source you have been drinking from spiritually has been contaminated, and you need to check who has been pouring into you. Deep water where you cannot touch the bottom, that is a call into the deep. Launch out into the deep and let down your nets. That dream is almost always an invitation to a level of faith you have avoided because you like being able to stand up. Drowning is different. Drowning is overwhelm. That is your spirit telling you what your mouth refuses to admit, that you are being pulled under by something you keep pretending you can manage. And notice, in almost every drowning dream, there is a hand, a shore, a boat, a rope. You wake before you reach it. That is not cruelty. That is the point. I am showing you rescue is present. I am waiting for you to reach. Crossing water, a bridge, a boat, wading across, that is transition. That is one of the clearest signals I send that you are being moved from one assignment to another. Israel crossed the Red Sea to leave slavery. Israel crossed the Jordan to enter promise. If you are dreaming of crossing water repeatedly, you are between 2 lives right now, and the delay you have been complaining about is not delay. It is crossing. Flying. Chosen one, if you fly in your dreams, understand what is happening. Flying is elevation of perspective. It is being lifted above the situation so you can see the shape of it. Nearly everyone who flies in dreams reports the same thing. You look down, and the thing that terrified you at ground level looks small. That is the entire message. I am not showing you a superpower. I am showing you the actual size of your problem from where I sit. But pay attention to how you fly. Effortless flight, high and calm, that is authority. That is a season where things you used to strain for will come easily. That is spiritual maturity being confirmed. Struggling to get off the ground, pushing off, sinking back down, flying just above people's heads and being pulled at, that is a message that something is anchoring you. Usually an attachment. Usually a person, a habit, a grief, or an old identity you have not agreed to leave behind. And if you fly in fear of falling, that is faith and doubt sharing one bed. You are already rising. You just have not decided to trust the air. Falling. The most common dream on earth and the most misread. Falling is not always disaster. Falling is loss of control. And here is what you must understand. Sometimes you are not falling. Sometimes you are being lowered. Sometimes you are being let go of, deliberately, by a hand that knows exactly where the ground is. If you fall and wake up before you land, that is standard. That is your body catching itself. But if you fall in the same place repeatedly, from the same height, off the same edge, then I am telling you something specific. I am telling you that you are standing on something that will not hold. A structure, a promise someone made you, a financial arrangement, a relationship built on an agreement that was never spoken out loud. And your spirit, which does not lie, has already done the math your heart refuses to do. That dream is a structural inspection. Do not renew what your spirit keeps showing you collapsing. And if you fall and land softly, or fall and are caught, receive that. That is a message that the worst thing you are bracing for will not break you. You will land. You will land intact. Teeth. If you have been dreaming of your teeth crumbling, falling out, breaking in your hands, you woke up terrified and went straight to the internet, and everything you read scared you more. Let me settle it. Teeth in a dream relate to what comes out of your mouth and what you are able to consume. Losing teeth speaks to loss of confidence in your own voice, or a season where you are being fed things you cannot chew, teaching, responsibility, information that is too heavy for the strength you currently have. It also frequently appears in seasons of transition where you are afraid of being exposed, of being seen as less than, of losing your standing in front of people. It is not a death omen. Let me say that plainly, because someone watching has been carrying that fear for months. It is not a death omen. It is a message about your voice and your appetite. Ask yourself who silenced you and what you have been swallowing that was never meant for you. Being chased. Something is behind you. You never see its face clearly. Your legs move like they are in wet cement. You wake up with your heart slamming. Chosen one, you are not being hunted. You are running from something you are supposed to turn and face. 9 times out of 10, the reason the pursuer has no face is that you have refused to look at it while awake. Name it, and it loses its speed. Grief, debt, a conversation you have avoided for 2 years, a calling you keep outrunning because saying yes would cost you the life you have arranged. Jonah dreamed of nothing on that boat. He slept while the storm raged. But you are dreaming of running, which means you already know, and there is mercy in that dream. I would not chase you if I did not want you. Snakes, deception, almost always deception. Not always a person who hates you, often a person who loves you and is lying to you anyway, or a person lying to themselves and passing it on to you. Watch where the snake is. In the grass means the deception is in familiar ground, in territory you consider safe. In the house means it is close, domestic, someone with a key. In your hands means you are handling something you believe you have under control and do not. And if you kill the snake in the dream, rejoice. That is not violence, that is authority. I have given you power to tread on serpents. That dream is a receipt. Houses. A house is a life. Rooms are areas of that life. And the single most important dream I send to people I am upgrading is the dream of a house with rooms you did not know existed. If you have opened a door in a dream and found a whole wing of a house you have lived in for years, chosen one, I am telling you that there is capacity in you that has never been used. Gifts in storage. Rooms with the furniture still covered in sheets. You have been living in 3 rooms of a mansion and calling it a small life. Dreaming of your childhood home means something from your origin is being addressed. A wound, a gift, an inheritance, a pattern in your bloodline. Dreaming of a house under construction means you are being built, and the mess is not failure, it is scaffolding. Dreaming of a house with a leaking roof means your covering is compromised. Check your spiritual authority, your prayer life, your accountability. Dreaming of an intruder in the house is a boundary warning. Somebody is in your life who has not been given permission by heaven to be there, and your spirit is filing a complaint every night while you sleep. Vehicles. Who is driving? That is the only question that matters. If you are in the back seat of your own life, that is the message. If the car has no brakes, you are in a season moving faster than your maturity. Slow down before the road bends. If you are driving in reverse, you are being asked to revisit something. Not to go backward permanently, but because something was left there. If the vehicle is not yours, you are operating on someone else's plan, using someone else's structure, and it will not take you where you are actually assigned. And if the road is dark and your headlights only show a few feet ahead, that is not a warning. That is a promise. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, not a floodlight over the whole valley. A lamp for the feet. One step of visibility given to those who will actually take the step. Storms and the sky. Weather in a dream is climate, spiritual atmosphere. A gathering storm you can see coming is a mercy, not a threat. I do not show you clouds to torment you. I show you clouds so you will bring in the harvest and secure the doors. Noah got a warning. Joseph got a warning. Every warning I have ever given came with enough time to respond. If you dream of standing calm inside a storm, that is a declaration over your next season. You will be untouched in the middle of what takes others out. Fire. Purification, passion, judgment, or presence. And you tell the difference by what the fire does. Fire that consumes what you loved is a season of loss that ends in refining. Fire that burns and does not consume is presence, that is a burning bush, that is a summons, that is a call to take your shoes off because the ground you are standing on is more holy than you realized. And fire in your hands or your mouth is commissioning. Isaiah's lips were touched with a coal. If you dream fire in your mouth, chosen one, you are being prepared to say something that matters. Now, the one you have been waiting for. Deceased loved ones, I feel the shift in you. Because there is someone, there is a face, and they have come to you at night, and you woke up crying, and you did not know if it was grief, playing tricks, or something real, and you have been carrying that question quietly ever since. Listen to me very carefully, because I will give you truth, and I will give it to you gently. Not every dream of the departed is a visit. Some of it is love, some of it is memory. Your soul stores the ones you loved in astonishing detail, and grief opens those files at night when your guard is down. That is not a failure of faith. That is a heart doing what a heart does. Do not let anyone shame you for dreaming of your mother. But some of those dreams carry something, and you can tell the difference because of what you are left with when you wake. If you wake with a cleanness, a settled, quiet, almost warm feeling, as though something in your chest has been unknotted, pay attention. Those dreams almost always come during grief that has become stuck, or right before a decision that person would have had an opinion about. And the content is nearly always the same. They are well, they are not angry, they want you to go on living, or they hand you something, or they point at something. Watch what they hand you. Watch where they point. That detail is the message. The person is the envelope. The gesture is the letter. And if the dream carries fear, torment, accusation, or demands, that is not them, and I say that with all the authority there is. That is fear wearing a face you love because it knows that is the only face you will open the door for. You may refuse that dream. You may pray over your sleep and refuse it, and it must go. But hear the deeper thing. Chosen one. Very often when the departed appear, they are appearing at a hinge, a turning point, a moment where the generational line is about to change direction through you. You are the one in your family who breaks the pattern. You always have been. And when the line is about to shift, the ones who ran before you show up in your sleep, because heaven is loud around a threshold. You are standing at a threshold. That is one of the reasons the dreams intensified this year. Yes, I said this year. And yes, you noticed. Because it did intensify, didn't it? Something changed in the last several months. More vivid, more frequent, more specific. Some of them woke you up. Some of them you can still describe in detail, and you are terrible at remembering dreams. I will tell you why in a moment. But first, you need the method. Because knowledge without a method evaporates by morning. Literally. Here is what the science of your own body already confirms and what I designed on purpose. A dream begins to dissolve within seconds of waking. Within 5 minutes, most of it is gone. Within 10, you retain a fragment and a feeling. That is not a flaw in you. That is a doorway that closes. Which means the difference between a person who receives divine instruction at night and a person who receives nothing is not spiritual ranking. It is a notebook and 90 seconds. That is the whole secret. That is the thing the enemy has fought to keep you from doing, and he has fought it with the smallest weapon in his arsenal, mild inconvenience. He does not need to blind you. He only needs you to be too comfortable to reach for a pen. So here is your assignment, and I want you to receive it as an assignment and not a suggestion. Tonight, before you sleep, put something to write on within reach of your bed. Paper is better than a phone, because a phone opens a door to 1,000 other voices at the exact moment your spirit is most receptive. But if a phone is what you have, use the phone and open nothing else. Nothing else. Do not check a message. Do not look at a notification. Straight to the note and nowhere else. Then, before you sleep, pray. Short, plain. Something like this. Lord, I consecrate my sleep to you. Speak to your servant, for your servant is listening. Guard my mind, seal my rest, and let me remember what you say." That is the prayer of Samuel. And I want you to notice something about Samuel's story that almost every reader misses. The word of the Lord was rare in those days. There was no widespread vision. And the very first thing that broke the silence over an entire nation, the thing that ended the drought of hearing, was a boy lying down in the dark, hearing his name, and finally answering with the right sentence. "Speak, for your servant hears." That is what you are going to say tonight. And you are going to say it out loud, because your ears need to hear your own mouth agree. Then, when you wake, and this is the part that decides everything, do not move much. Do not sit up sharply. Do not reach for your phone to see who wanted something from you while you were asleep. Lie still for a moment with your eyes closed and let the images come back. They will come back if you do not scatter them. Then write, in this order. First, the feeling, not the plot, the feeling. Peace, dread, urgency, joy, sorrow, confusion. Write it in one word. The feeling is the tone of voice of the message, and it is the first thing you lose. Second, the images, just the nouns: water, stairs, a blue door, my grandmother, a key, a car with no driver. Do not try to construct a story yet. Collect the pieces. Third, the people. Who was there, and what were they doing, and were they behaving like themselves? That last part matters. People in dreams often function as symbols of what they represent to you: an authority figure, a version of yourself, a season of your life, not as literal predictions about them. Fourth, any words, numbers, names, a phrase spoken, a sign, a page, a time on a clock. Written or spoken words in a dream are the highest value item you will ever recover, and they are the fastest to vanish. Write them before anything else if you have them. Fifth, the last frame. Where did it end? How did it end? Endings carry the instruction. That is the whole system. 90 seconds, 5 lines. And chosen one, if you do this for 30 nights, you will not have a notebook. You will have a map. Because I do not send single messages, I send series. And the pattern only becomes visible when it is written down in one place, in your own handwriting, in your own words. You will start to see the repeats. That is the moment everything changes. You will flip back 3 weeks and find the same blue door. You will find water twice in 1 week and a bridge on the third. And you will realize, with a chill down your spine, that someone has been talking to you continuously, in the same language, on the same subject, and you have been treating it like weather. Now, once you have it written, you must pray it back. Not interpret it, pray it back. This is the difference between a chosen one who grows in discernment and one who wanders into confusion. Do not run to a stranger's dictionary before you run to me. Bring me the dream and ask 3 questions, out loud. Lord, is this from you? Lord, what does this mean? Lord, what do you want me to do? And then, this is the hard part, wait. Do not force a meaning. Some dreams open in an hour, some open in 3 days, when a conversation you have with someone unlocks it and your whole body goes cold because now you understand. Some sit for years, sealed, waiting for the exact circumstance they were sent to prepare you for. Joseph waited more than a decade to see his dream stand up in real life. He got the picture at 17 and the throne at 30. The dream was not late. He was being built to survive the size of it. And chosen one, if there is a delay on your life right now, that is what it is. You have been given the picture. You are being built for the weight of it. Every year of the waiting has been load-bearing. Now let me establish the pattern in Scripture so you stop wondering whether you are being deceived. Because you have wondered. You have thought, who am I to think God would speak to me while I sleep? Let me answer that with a list, and let me answer it with authority. Abraham, a deep sleep fell on him, and in that darkness I made him a covenant that governed nations for 4,000 years. The covenant that shaped history was cut while a man was unconscious. Jacob, running for his life, sleeping on a rock in the middle of nowhere, guilty and afraid, the least qualified man in the story. And I opened a ladder between heaven and earth over his head and told him I would not leave him. He woke and said, "Surely the Lord is in this place," and I knew it not. Chosen one, that is your sentence for this season. God has been in this and you did not know it. Joseph, a dreamer, mocked for it, sold for it, imprisoned near it, and the interpretation of two other men's dreams in a prison cell was the exact mechanism that carried him to the second highest seat in the known world. Your gift will be the thing they mock and the thing that promotes you. Both, usually in that order. Pharaoh, not a believer, not a prophet, a pagan king, and I still sent him a dream because I was protecting nations through it. Do not tell me you are not holy enough to be spoken to. I have spoken to men who did not know my name. Gideon, the smallest of the least, hiding in a winepress, and I sent him to overhear an enemy soldier telling a dream, and that dream restored his courage in one sentence. Solomon, in a dream at Gibeon, I asked him what he wanted, and his answer in a dream reshaped his entire reign. What you ask for in the night matters. Daniel, understanding in all visions and dreams, and by that gift he outlasted the fall of an empire and served under kings who wanted him dead. Nebuchadnezzar, given a dream that mapped the rise and fall of kingdoms across centuries. Joseph, the carpenter, warned in a dream to take the child and flee to Egypt. And the survival of the Messiah in that generation ran through one man's willingness to obey what he saw while asleep. Think about that. Think about how much hung on whether a working man took his dreams seriously enough to get up in the middle of the night and move. Pilate's wife warned in a dream and dismissed. Peter, in a trance on a rooftop, shone a sheet from heaven that broke down the wall between nations. Paul, given a vision at night of a man from Macedonia saying, "Come and help us," and an entire continent's history turned on it. Now tell me again that dreams are random. Tell me again that this is nothing. Chosen one, this is the oldest channel I have. It predates the printed page. It predates every pulpit. It does not require literacy, money, permission, or a building. All it requires is that you lie down. And that is exactly why it has been mocked in your generation. Because the enemy cannot shut down a channel that operates while you are unconscious. So he does the next best thing. He convinces you it means nothing. And now, the warning. Sit up for this one. You have a recurring dream. Do not pretend you do not. There is one that has come back to you across years, sometimes decades. Different details, same core. Same building, same road, same water, same feeling of arriving late, same test you did not study for, same house, same person standing in the doorway. Hear me. I do not repeat myself for entertainment. A recurring dream is an unanswered message. It is a letter returned to sender and mailed again. And it will continue to return. And it will escalate, because escalation is mercy. I would rather disturb your sleep than let you sleep through your life. Watch how the escalation works, because you have already lived it. First, it comes softly, and you forget it by lunch. Then it comes with more detail, and you mention it to someone at work and laugh. Then it comes with feeling, and you wake up unsettled. Then it wakes you. Then it wakes you at the same hour. Then it stops being a dream and starts appearing in the daytime. The same symbol shows up on a sign, in a conversation, in a song, in a stranger's sentence, and you feel the hair rise on your arms. That is not coincidence. That is the volume knob turning. And I will tell you what happens if it is ignored all the way to the end. Not punishment, never punishment, but the door that dream was pointing at will be opened by someone else. The assignment does not disappear. It transfers. Esther was told plainly, "If you hold your peace at this time, deliverance will arise from another place." The plan of God is not fragile, but your place in it can be forfeited by silence. Chosen one, you were not sent this video to forfeit anything. So let me tell you why the dreams intensified. Because you crossed something. In the last stretch of your life, the part that felt like nothing was happening, the part you have described to people as stuck, the part where you kept praying and heard what felt like silence, you were being moved, quietly, under the surface, the way roots move before anyone sees a stem. And now you have come close enough to the new season that heaven has begun briefing you in advance. That is what a prophetic dream is. It is a briefing. It is instruction issued before the situation arrives, so that when the situation arrives, you do not panic, you recognize it. That is why Joseph knew what to do with 7 years of famine. He had been briefed. That is why the wise men went home another way. They had been briefed. You are being briefed. And the things you have been seeing at night, the water, the crossing, the new house, the open door, the person from your past, the child, the road at night, those are not fear, those are preparation. You are being handed the map of a place you have not arrived at yet, and it looks strange to you because you have never been there. Now let me deal with the fear, because someone watching is holding one specific dream they are afraid of. You know which one. The one you have never said out loud. The dark one. The one about a person you love. The one about the end of something. The one that made you sit up in bed with your hands shaking. Hear me. A warning is not a sentence. A warning is an invitation to intercede. Every warning in Scripture came with a door. Nineveh was warned of destruction in 40 days, and the city repented, and the destruction did not come, and the prophet was furious about it, because he understood something about me that I want you to understand tonight. I warn in order to change the outcome. I do not warn in order to be right. So if you saw something dark, you are not a cursed person who attracts disaster. You are an intercessor who was shown where to stand. That dream was not a prediction handed to a victim. It was a position handed to a watchman. Pray it, cover it, speak against it, and then release it. Because you are not the savior of your family. You are the one holding the lamp. And if the dream carried no instruction, no door, no way out, only dread, I have already told you. That was not from me. Refuse it, out loud, tonight. Let me give you the finer distinctions, because you will need them. Colors carry weight. White is purity, covering, and the presence of the holy. Red is blood, sacrifice, warning, and passion. Check the context. Black is the hidden, the unknown, the thing not yet revealed, and sometimes mourning. Gold is glory, divine value, the tested thing. Green is growth and life. Blue, in the pattern of the tabernacle, is heaven and revelation. Numbers carry weight. 1 is beginning and unity. 2 is witness and agreement. 3 is divine completeness, resurrection, the third day. 4 is the earth and its corners. 5 is grace. 6 is man and man's limit. 7, as I told you at the beginning, is perfection and completion, and that is why you were told to type it. 8 is new beginnings. 10 is testing and order. 12 is government. 40 is the length of a wilderness. If you woke with a number, do not dismiss it. Write it. Watch for it. And when it appears in the daylight, you will know you are being tracked. Directions carry weight. Going up is elevation and calling. Going down is descent, humility, or a season of hiddenness. Right often speaks to what is strong, established, or authoritative. Left often speaks to the natural or the unexpected. Time of night carries weight, and this is the one that will make some of you go very quiet. If you've been waking consistently between 2 and 4 in the morning, not from noise, not from need, just awake, that is not insomnia. That is a summons. The ancients called those the night watches. It is the hour when the world is quiet enough that a whisper can be heard. If you are waking at that hour repeatedly, you are being called to pray, and the thing you are being called to pray for is usually not for you. It is for someone else, someone in your family, someone in your city, someone whose name comes to mind the second you sit up. Stop taking that personally as a sleep problem. Start taking it seriously as an appointment. And I will say one more thing about the night, for the ones who have experienced what people call sleep paralysis, that heavy, pressing, awake but frozen state. You have been afraid to talk about it. Chosen one, hear me, that is a place of contest, and you are not powerless in it. You may not be able to move your body, but you can move your spirit, and there has never been a spirit that could not form the name of Jesus. That name has never once failed to clear a room. Not one time, not ever. That is not superstition, that is jurisdiction. Now let me tell you how to prepare the ground, because reception is a matter of soil as much as it is a matter of seed. Guard the last 20 minutes before you sleep. Those minutes are the most spiritually expensive of your day, and you have been spending them on strangers arguing. Whatever your mind chews on last, your spirit works over all night. Feed it something worth digesting. A page of scripture, a quiet worship song, silence. Deal with unforgiveness before you close your eyes. Do not let the sun go down on your anger. That instruction was never about temper management. It was about protecting your night. Anger that goes to bed with you occupies the room where I want to speak. Forgive the person. You know who. You do not have to call them. You do not have to restore access. Just release the debt out loud and go to sleep unburdened. And watch what begins to happen in your dreams within a week. Ask before you sleep. Ask a specific question. You have never done this, and it will astonish you. Ask me one clear question as your last conscious thought about the decision, the relationship, the move, the offer, the child, the direction, and then sleep. I did it with Solomon. I will do it with you. And be careful who you tell. This is one of the most important things I will say tonight, so lean in, Joseph told his brothers. And Joseph went into a pit. Not every dream is meant to be shared, and not every person is safe to share it with. Some dreams are seed, and seed is fragile before it roots. Mary kept things and pondered them in her heart. That is a discipline. Take your dream to me first, to a page second, and to a person only if that person is trustworthy, mature, and able to rejoice at what you are becoming. Because here is a hard truth, chosen one, and you have already tasted it. Some of the people closest to you cannot handle the dream that is on your life. Not because they are evil, because it exposes something they have not made peace with in themselves. Your rising will feel like their indictment. That is why some relationships got strange this year. That is why some people cooled off. That is why some doors closed without an argument. They were not taken from you. They were removed from the path, because the path is narrowing, and a narrow path cannot be walked side by side with everyone who started with you. Grieve them if you must, but do not go back. Now hear the promise, because I did not bring you this far to leave you with instructions and no assurance. Everything is already laid out for you. Every road you are afraid to take has already been walked by me before you got there. Every provision your next season requires has already been assigned, already named, already placed with the person or the opportunity that will carry it to you. Your steps are ordered, not suggested, ordered. And the dreams are the proof that you are on the path. Because I do not brief people who are wandering. I brief people who are moving. The vision is for an appointed time. It will speak and not lie. Though it tarries, wait for it. It will surely come. It will not be late. That word tarry has tormented you. Let me redefine it. It is not delay. It is appointment. Nothing that is on time can be early, and nothing that I have appointed can be missed by the one who keeps walking. So walk and write it down. Habakkuk was told exactly that. Write the vision, make it plain, that he may run who reads it. Notice the order. The writing comes before the running. The vision has to be made plain before it can be moved on. That is why the notebook matters. That is why the 90 seconds matter. You cannot run with something you cannot read. Now, before I release you, receive this. I am sealing your sleep. From this night, your rest is consecrated ground. The tormenting dream loses its access. The dream that leaves you weeping in the dark and afraid to go back to sleep loses its access. And in its place, revelation, instruction, warning that comes with a door, comfort that arrives before the grief does, and clarity, sudden, clean clarity about the decision you have been circling for months. Watch the next 7 nights. Watch them closely. Because when a seal is broken, the first letters come quickly. And chosen one more thing, and this is the thread I told you I would leave hanging. There is a dream you have already had that you have not understood yet. You have it written nowhere. You have told nobody. but you can still see one image from it right now. One frame, one color, one face, one room. You are seeing it as I speak. That one is the key, not the others. That one. Go get it. Write it tonight, even though it happened months ago. Write what you remember, even if it is one sentence. Because a fragment surrendered is worth more than a whole dream forgotten. And the moment you write it, the interpretation begins its journey to you. Let me gather it all so nothing is lost. You are not a random dreamer. You are one of the ones I speak to at night, because the day is too loud and your defenses are too high. God speaks once, yes, twice, and man perceives it not. And tonight you began to perceive it. There are three rivers: your own soul, the enemy, and me. Test them by peace, instruction, permanence, repetition, and agreement with the written word. You now know the language. Water is spirit, and the state of the water is the state of the current. Flying is perspective and elevation. Falling is loss of control and often an inspection of what you are standing on. Teeth are voice and confidence, not death. Being chased is what you are refusing to face. Snakes are deception, and killing one is a receipt of your authority. Houses are your life, and the room you have never opened is capacity you have never used. Vehicles ask who is driving. Storms are climate and mercy in advance. Fire is refining, presence, and commissioning. And the departed are often the envelope, not the letter. Watch what they hand you. Watch where they point. The method is a notebook within arm's reach, a prayer of consecration before sleep, stillness before movement in the morning, and 5 lines: the feeling, the images, the people, the words, the ending. Then 3 questions brought back to me. Is this from you? What does it mean? What do you want me to do? And then patience, because Joseph got the picture at 17 and the throne at 30, and the wait was construction, not punishment. The warning stands. A recurring dream is an unanswered message, and unanswered messages get louder, and the assignment inside them can transfer to someone who will answer. Do not let it transfer. It has your name on it, and the promise stands higher than the warning. You are not late. You are being briefed. The intensity of the last several months was not chaos, it was proximity. You have moved close enough to your next season that heaven has started sending the map ahead. So tonight, put the paper by the bed. Say the words out loud. Speak, for your servant hears. And then sleep like someone expecting mail. If this reached you, and it reached you because it was sent, not because you found it, then hit the like button and subscribe and turn the bell on. Here is the reason I told you I would give at the end. The next message in this series goes deeper into the ones I could not fully open tonight. The numbers, the night hours, and the dream that comes just before a major shift. The one almost every chosen one receives within weeks of their breakthrough and mistakes for stress. You will want the notification for that one. Do not miss it because your settings were off. Comment 777 if you have not yet, and add one word beneath it, the single image you remembered while I was speaking. One word. That is your agreement. An agreement is the door I walk through. And if this ministered to you and you want to help these messages reach the next person lying awake at 3 in the morning with no one to ask, you can support the work of this channel by leaving a tip at the link in the pinned comment. Never an obligation, only for those who feel led. Now go and prepare your bed like an altar, because tonight you will sleep, and tonight someone will speak. The only question left is whether you will remember it in the morning.